2025 is going to be the year that you put yourself first. You are going to glow up mentally, physically, emotionally, and it's going to bleed into all of the different areas of your life. You are going to break the negative cycle that you consistently find yourself in by not only trusting in yourself, but trusting in the process. Because remember, the process is the foundation for success. Trust it, embrace it, and let it lead you to greatness. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to experience a glow up year. I dedicated my heart and soul into glowing up physically, emotionally, mentally, and I have never felt better. I have never felt like a better version of myself. Your life will change once you simply let go of all of the doubt and trust in the process that life is taking you on, okay? Even when you don't understand it. First, we're gonna start off by creating a glow up guide that matches with your personal life and your lifestyle. On social media, there are so many different glow up guides that pop up every single day. It's honestly hard to keep up. I see 75 hard all the time, 75 soft, 75 medium, and everything in between. And those challenges are really cool. Those challenges are fun. I've done a little 75 soft in the past. It actually helped me kickstart my journey. However, it's not sustainable for everybody, and it's not supposed to be sustainable for everybody. If you are in the place of your life where you can keep up with a 75 hard or a 75 soft, then that's amazing, okay? Then do that. However, if you are not at a place in your life where you can keep up with those habits every single day, then I think it's important to create a guide that works with your personal life right now. Create something that you can stick to every day or every week that doesn't feel overwhelming to your current life and your current schedule. The thing that will happen is if you're not able to stick with the 75 hard or the 75 soft, you're going to fall off and you're not even going to want to stick to those habits at all. What things are important to you? Create that glow up guide, whether it's in your phone, whether it's through Canva, whatever it is, and stick to it. I know for me, my current glow up guide is really simple. Okay, I'm dedicated to 3 Legree classes a week. I'm dedicated to 2 strength training classes a week. I like to hit 7 to 10K steps at least 3 to 4 times a week. And most of the time it's every day because I take my walking very seriously around here. But I only put pressure on myself to do that 3 to 4 times a week, okay? To at least focus on it 3 to 4 times a week because we're busy and life happens and I'm grown and I have work to do and all these other things to keep up with. I like to stick to my 2 Stanley cups a day of water because water is very important for your progress. I take my coconut cold sea moss gel, vitamins and minerals. These are all things that are so important for my everyday life. But if you notice, there's one thing that keeps me super consistent, and that's by following these things within a weekly basis, right? I said Legree 3 times a week. It's not every single day, 3 times a week. And that's what I need you to figure out for yourself, okay? What are some things that you can stick to weekly, maybe even daily, but let's stick to it weekly. Once you are able to create this glow up guide, that is going to be your journey. That is going to be the process that leads you to greatness. That is what you need to stick to and stick to it firmly. This is going to be your tool for success. I promise you, it is going to be your tool for success. Something that you can commit to and stick to weekly. Okay, next I need you to revamp your morning routine. I think it's important to revamp your morning routine often because your morning sets the tone for the day, okay? It sets the tone for the day. And having more successful days than not is what's going to actually push you closer to your goals. So recently I revamped my morning routine and it has felt amazing. I have felt so good. I have never felt more on track since revamping my morning routine. In the mornings, I take my probiotic as well as my sea moss gel. I follow up with my vitamins, which is currently my Grüns daily supplement, which I'm currently almost out of. I only have 2 of these left because we have been obsessed with these Grüns vitamins. These are not just a multivitamin. They're not just a greens gummy. It's not just a prebiotic. It is an all-in-one comprehensive supplement with 20 plus vitamins and minerals. It also includes 60 whole food ingredients. I wake up looking forward to these every single day because they taste amazing. You're able to choose from their low sugar option or their sugar-free option. The low sugar option only has around 3 grams of sugar. However, we chose the sugar-free option. I was nervous at first, but it tastes amazing. It tastes so good. It's vegan and it's not made out of gelatin. It's made out of pectin. Prunes includes 100% of your daily vitamin needs and about 25% of your daily needs for minerals. I look forward to these 8 gummies every single day. I know you will too. So check them out. And thank you so much, Grunes, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Some of you would benefit from being a little bit more selfish. A lot of us can benefit from learning how to be as selfish as our male counterparts. But we don't lean into it. We just complain that we aren't where we want to be, and we blame the male counterparts for holding us back a lot of times. The thing is, we are holding ourselves back because we've set those expectations for ourselves and we're just not living up to the people that we want to be. So we cast the blame on everybody else except ourselves. And it's not always male counterparts. Sometimes it's family members. Sometimes it's our kids. Sometimes it's our coworkers. A lot of us could benefit from being a lot more selfish. This last year, 2024, was the year of selfishness for me. I have never been more selfish in my life, and I'm leading with the selfishness until the end of my life because nothing feels better than putting yourself first. Because once you put yourself first, you can show up as your best self for everybody else in your life. Yeah, you can, and you will show up as your best self for everybody in your life when you show up for you in the best way possible first. So when I say a lot of us can benefit from a little bit more selfishness, I mean it. Because if you do not put yourself first now, in 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, you are going to look back and wish you put yourself first. I promise you, you are. You're going to wish you did, okay? And it doesn't need to be this thing where you are cutting people off. I talk about this all the time, where you are not showing up for the people in your life. However, if you have goals you need to stick to, not hitting those goals because of other people is the worst feeling. It starts to make you build up so much resentment for these people in your life. Don't do that. I want you to be able to love all the people in your life and appreciate them. But you're not going to be able to appreciate and love the people in your life if you're not doing these things for you. So if that means you are waking up early in the morning to get your workout in and to journal, tap into some self-care before you pour into your family, then do that. If that means you're doing that in the evening, then do that. If that means you do that 3 times a week and the other 4 times a week you stay at home and take care of them, then do that. But you have to put yourself first some way, somehow, because you're not going to be able to show up as your best self for everybody if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not creating the best version of yourself every single day. And I know now in my life, I had to make some big changes in my lifestyle. I was so focused on so many different people, so many different things. I am so proud of myself for putting myself first. You have to put yourself first, okay? It can be something as simple as waking up before your family wakes up in the morning and journaling, stretching, making yourself a nice little cup of coffee, heading to the gym before everybody wakes up, coming back, and then getting your kids ready for school, right? It can be something so simple, but you need to be a little bit more selfish. Next, no more rotting. This generation has glamorized rotting, so much so that we are physically and mentally harming ourselves and the future generation, okay? We have glamorized doing nothing so much to the point where we don't even realize that we are working our way into a depression, slowly but surely. I'm a victim of this as well. There's a point in my life where I would say there's nothing wrong with sitting and scrolling and being on your phone every once in a while. We all do it. However, just because we all do it does not mean it is healthy for us. It does not mean it is a good thing for us, okay? It is keeping you stuck. Sitting and scrolling for hours is keeping you stuck. I need you to get out of freeze mode. I need you to stop leaning on your phone for comfort. I need you to get a little bit more uncomfortable and get out there and move your body, okay? Tap into hobbies that make you happy. Once you start tapping into hobbies, whether it's reading or doing a puzzle or just window shopping or just going for walks around the city, whatever it is, once you get up and move, you will see a significant increase in your mental health for the better, okay? You will see the benefits of this mentally, most importantly. And when you feel better mentally, that trickles into so many different areas of your life. You're more excited to work out. You're more excited to eat healthy. You're more bound to make healthier meals for yourself because you feel better mentally, okay? You have to put yourself in a proper mental space to be able to thrive long term. Remember, in a recent video, I talked about how important it is to play the long game with this. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is understanding the long game. Most successful people understand the long game, or they play the long game. It's understanding that good things in your life take time. It's understanding that nothing worth having comes easy. And knowing that you might go to the gym today, tomorrow, the next day, and not see any results, but that's okay because you know over time, in the next few months, that you are going to be a completely different person. It's not seeking that instant gratification that we're all so addicted to, especially in this day and age with social media. In this day and age, it's just really hard to want to wait and see the results over time. But the most successful people understand that it takes time. But if your mental health isn't in the right place, you're not going to be able to play that long game because the game's going to end quickly, essentially. The game is going to end quickly. And the one thing I need you to focus in on first is to get out of freeze mode and to stop spending your days on the couch just watching TV and letting life pass you by, because you're never going to be this version of yourself ever again. You're never going to be this young, and you need to take life by the horns and ride it, okay? Ride the wave. But if you spend most of your time in freeze mode, scrolling, watching TV all day, you're only harming your mental health and you're only harming your physical health. I was a professional rodder at one point. All I wanted to do was sit on the couch, watch movies, make cookies, and chill every single day. Scroll on my phone. I didn't want to nourish my mind in any way. I didn't want to step out of my comfort zone in any way. I just liked doing the things I like to do. And it led me to a really strong depression because I didn't feel good. I wasn't moving my body enough. I felt very lazy after a while. Everything is okay in moderation. A little scroll here, a little Netflix here, that's fine. However, if that's your whole life every single day, that is a problem. It doesn't always have to be something that involves moving your body, but doing things that stimulate your mind is important, okay? Stop spending your days rotting. It is not good for your physical and mental health. You need to tap into hobbies that feel good. It can be something as simple as scrapbooking, coloring in an adult coloring book, doing fun puzzles. These are all very cheap things, very, very cheap things. But these are all things that nourish your mind and that get you off the couch. And the thing is, we want better for our kids, right? We want better for the future generation, right? It starts here. It starts with us. It ends with us. I love that movie. That was such a good movie. Anyway, Blake Lively's wigs were driving me insane. However, I still think it was a really great movie, and I hope they end up doing the second one. And I hope Justin Baldoni doesn't leave because he's like my favorite. I love him. He's like one of my celebrity crushes. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this tip, no more rotting. We're done. We're done rotting. Okay? We're done. There's never going to be a point in your journey where things are perfect, but you want to make sure that you are doing the best things possible for your mind and your body. There are things that we all know we need less of to be healthier, right? Like limiting excess sugar, limiting alcohol, okay, or cutting alcohol altogether, limiting dairy, all these things, okay? We know what we need to do to be successful in our journey. However, nobody's perfect. Okay, you're not supposed to be perfect. But I do think it's important to make sure that you are working towards being better for yourself, okay? And understanding that there are going to be a lot of things that you have to give and take on this journey. But that is beauty in balance, okay? There's so much beauty in balance. You just have to make sure you're making the effort for it. For me personally, at the beginning of my journey, I cut out sugar cold turkey last year. This time last year, actually. I was not eating or consuming excess processed sugars. I chose to cut that out because I was heavily addicted to processed sugars. I was the type of person that was literally making like cookies every single night. Like me and my husband loved eating cookies every single night. I would make those like Nestle Toll House cookies. Was it the Nestle Toll House? Or it's the one with the little dough man. I forgot what it's called. But I would make those cookies all the time. I would make 4 for Michael, 4 for me. We would literally make 8 cookies every single night, and we would eat those at night and spike up our blood sugar every single night. That is not good, okay? So I had to cut those sugars all together. Same thing with sugary coffee. I was starting my days off with a sugary coffee every single morning, spiking my blood sugar first thing in the morning. I recognized that those habits were not great for where I wanted to be, especially because I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes last year, and that was super devastating to me. But we are pre-diabetes free, okay, ever since we started living a healthier lifestyle. But those were the habits that were putting me in that zone, spiking my blood sugar first thing in the morning and spiking it right before bed, eating a lot of sugar. So I cut it out cold turkey. Cutting out sugar was the first thing I did for myself because it was the number one thing that was holding me back in this journey. It was the number one thing. And then once I built that confidence up within myself, I decided to cut dairy altogether because I knew I could do it. If I was able to cut sugar, I could cut dairy. So that's what I did. I was like, let's cut out the dairy because it's causing me a lot of unnecessary bloating. And then eventually I was like, let's cut out the alcohol altogether because eventually I realized that it was keeping me stuck as well. And the thing I want you to take away from this is that I knew that these things were not good for me, but I also let go of them on my own time, okay? I didn't pressure myself into letting go of these things. Giving myself grace and the time to reduce it when necessary. There's no perfect way to be on this journey, basically. There's no perfect way to be on this journey. So if you're focused on perfection, that is going to hold you back. Do what you can in all of these areas of your life. Try your hardest to be your best in all of these areas of your life. And if you fall short, then you fall short. That does not mean that you are failing, okay? That does not mean that you are a failure. Ever since I let go of the perfectionism and the need to be perfect in this journey and the need to look a certain way, that is when I was able to actually push past the barrier of starting and stopping and starting and stopping and putting myself in this negative cycle that I've always been. And that's when I was able to see true results. That is when you are going to be able to see true results in this journey once you realize that you do not have to cut everything out cold turkey. You do not have to be this perfect person. You can strive for better for yourself every day. You can strive to be 1% better every day, and you will see results. The thing is, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do for yourself for success in this journey. You know it. You know how to do it. Now I have a life of balance. It's not an all or nothing. I had to cut that stuff out cold turkey in the beginning to stick to the plan, but now I have a sugary treat every once in a while. Now I have an alcoholic drink every once in a while. I don't overdo it, okay? I'm not doing it all weekend long unless it's like an occasion for an all weekend bender, but that's very far and few in between in my life now at 31. Like, it's definitely not the vibes as often. I give myself that grace to lean into those habits when they come because I live such a balanced life now. Because I live such a balanced life now. And because I don't lean into perfectionism, I lean into just becoming the best version of myself every day and being 1% better every single day. Lastly, I want you to get up and get moving. Get the process going, get the ball moving. When you sit and you think too hard about all of the little logistics and how everything is going to work out, it puts you in a freeze mode, okay? It puts you in a mode where you're just not even able to get started. Stop thinking too hard about the logistics, okay? Back in 2019, I was in the best shape of my life. Well, now I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, like even better than then, but physically I was in the best shape of my life back in 2019. This legging it just feels so buttery and soft. This legging is so nice. It feels like luxury. It's holding you all the way in while being very movable. I was not as knowledgeable as I am about nutrition right now. I was not as knowledgeable as I am about fitness back then than I am now. However, I was waking up, working out every single day, trying my hardest to just eat healthy, making salmon, okay? Just trying different crazy recipes that I had never tried before. And I hit my fitness goals so fast because I was just throwing things at the wall and hoping something stuck. First, I cut up some sausage and some potatoes. This is the sausage that we use. It's like turkey sausage, super good, and it has jalapenos in it. Almost everything that I threw stuck. Now, was I knowledgeable about nutrition? No, I wasn't. And was it as sustainable as I wish it could have been? No, it wasn't. However, I wasn't sitting here trying to draft up this perfect plan for the perfect person that I wanted to become. No, I was just trying things. You need to just try things. Like, I got a comment on one of my recent videos of someone being like, well, how is someone asked? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus because I know sometimes, I'm not even going to say exactly what the comment was actually because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But the comment was along the lines of like, how are you going to like make that work every single day? You're thinking too hard. Like sometimes you guys are thinking a little too hard about the logistics. You just gotta just do things and hope that it just works, okay? Okay, if I make something for the week and it doesn't last for the whole week, that's fine. I'm not sitting here in freeze mode, like I said earlier, and just not trying because I'm scared that that's not gonna last me the whole week. I don't know, guys. I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say. But if you spend too much time thinking about how to make every single thing perfect, nothing is going to work out for you. It's not going to work, okay? Be sloppy if you have to in the beginning. Be sloppy. It's okay. So many of us who are where we are now in our journeys in terms of like our physical, mental, emotional glow up journeys, so many of us can sit and write out a list of things that we would do differently if we could start this whole process over. Okay? So many people could give you that list. That's because we all just started and we weren't thinking too hard about it. And we just wanted to get the ball rolling and become our best selves. And you are going to experience that as well once you start this journey. You're going to look back and be like, I really wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't do that. But you did. But you started. And that's the most important thing, right? You did it, you started, and now you are on track to becoming your best self. You've got this. I know you've got this. 2025 is going to be your year.